We'll call this an impromptu live. I haven't been live on my Facebook account in a while, have I? So, let's see. How are we doing on this beautiful Saturday? Mother's Day weekend. Hello, Suzanne. How are you doing? How are you healing? Everybody's going through something right now. Nettle tea mixed with some juice. Pineapple. Yum. It's like a coconut and water pineapple, kind of like a, it's called Islander. It's delicious. I'm a little puffy today. My eyes are a little bit like, oh, whew. I haven't been sleeping well. Has anybody else been feeling the effects of the moons, of the eclipses, of the solar flares? There are all sorts of different electromagnetic energies coming at us from all directions. And so it's meant to stir us up, right? Because what doesn't stir us up or shake us up won't wake us up, right? We need it to kind of stoke the fires, kind of reignite the spark within us, to re-inspire us, to remind us how resilient we are, how strong we are, that we still got a lot of life left in us. Because if you aren't agitated by the stroking, the provoking, all of this stuff that's going on, whatever's going on in your life is meant to awaken you to your greatness. Like it's a speed up. We're in a crash course. For those who haven't been doing their own work on themselves, for those of you who haven't been doing the inner, like, oh shit, I got some stuff to work on. Like you haven't embraced your shadow. You just want to pick and choose what you like and diss the other stuff. When we do that, we do ourselves a disservice. And essentially, we're here for greatness. We're here to bring something to the world, to serve. We all have gifts. But if you don't know your gifts, or maybe you've just been going along to get along, going through the routines, the habits, the conditioning, I'm one of them. A good portion of my life, I went through the motions of being what I thought I should be, going through the motions of what I thought I should do, what I should have, easily influenced by the external world. Because we all are. See, it's not deception. Because deception is you just being blinded to your own truth. And that's usually deceiving yourself first. It's called influence. It can inspire you. It can disempower you. It can reject you. It can also attract you. Influence is everything that creates a spark. It's also known as inspiration. Somebody may inspire you because you like what they do. You see in something in them that actually exists in you. That spark that is ignited within you, that inspiration, the in-spark nation is what came up last night for me. That spark exists in you. They're reawakening it within you. It's not that you're different than them. It's just there's something about them that reminded you about yourself. That's what influencers do. They inspire, they reignite the spark in you. Now, that is equally true for those that you dislike and want to condemn, point fingers at. I don't like that person. They're horrible. They're mean. Guess what? They're also igniting a spark in you too. It could be the spark of, oh shit, I got bullied by someone like that. Or maybe that is you too, but you don't want to face that. Because bullies learn by being bullied, right? A bully doesn't just become a bully just because. A bully becomes a bully because they were bullied. They were taught how to bully. And that's true for all of us. We all learned from our environments. We were influenced. So we cannot dismiss the good or the bad influences around us. Because what they do is they ignite the spark within us to remind us what exists within, because we attract where we're at. See how that works? So the influence outside of us is often just reminding us of what's within us and where we're at. It's whether or not we're going to take action on that. Even the bad stuff, when you see that stuff and you're pointing the fingers, it's like, that's the inner work to do. You know, I say, if you're triggered, if you're charged, if you're upset about something, all that's doing is bringing to the surface old unresolved wounds. That's your work to do. It's always an opportunity. All of it is. It's an opportunity to be your best self, or to go within and reparent your inner child, that neglected piece of you that feels rejected. Because what is it within us we all have in common? We all want to feel loved and accepted. But how many of us are actually demonstrating that to ourselves and also showing it to others around us? Because what we demonstrate we do to ourselves, others are getting permission to do as well. So when you are showing up and taking care of you, people see that, they feel that. Your energy speaks long before your mouth or your presence or even your behavior. It's all connected, but your energy speaks first. So when you enter a room, pay attention to your energy. Take responsibility for the energy you bring into every space you go into. Why? Because you're influencing the room as much as you may or may not want to believe it. Your energy also adds to the collective. So whatever's going on in the world around you, whatever's catching your attention, is the part of you you haven't worked on, or is really the most profound, is the most expansive in you. So if you're living your best life, you're seeing everything as your best life. It's very rare that someone who's always in their space of like, everything's working out for me, this or something better, will notice the negative shit. Whereas, and I speak from experience when I say this, when you're in your shit, everything around you seems to be like shit. When you're starting your day out going, oh, I got off on the wrong foot and I got out of the wrong side of the bed and I just feel crappy and I didn't sleep, and you're constantly on that train, if you're not paying attention, you're just going to continue and draw more of that to you. The universe only provides to us where our attention is. Why? Because it figures if your attention's there, you want more of that. Energy attracts. Like attracts like. So, they didn't talk about this in the law of attraction. The law of attraction, law of mirroring. Life shows up where you're at. So wherever you're at in yourself, conscious or unconscious, whatever's going on around you is just awakening you to that too. If you want your life to be elevated, if you want to inspire, you want to serve others, first you got to fill your cup. Because until you fill your cup, there ain't no thing to pour from. And where is this all coming from? It's because this life is too short. I don't know. I have a friend coming over. Hold on a minute. I don't think that was that wasn't my house. I have a couple minutes because my girlfriend's coming over and we're going to go take a walk. But apparently the neighbors have someone showing up too, and they just honk their horn. There's a reason I came on here, though. I want to remind you that you got something special in you. Each one of us has something to offer, a gift to the world, a spark. And we're constantly influenced and bombarded by everything around us. And when I started out, I was talking about how we're all feeling drained, tired, overwhelmed. We've got solar activity. We've got the eclipse. We've got the planets, the stars. We've got Mercury retrogrades already started. So if you're noticing your technology's been acting up, we're already in the shadow. This is the redo period. I love Mercury retrogrades because you can revisit things that you hadn't gotten to yet, things that you need to get done in your life that are still unresolved. Don't start anything brand new unless you want to redo in the future. That's how that works. That's how I take it, and that's how I work with it. I work with the energy. See, to me, astrology is kind of like the weather. these are the planets and this is what's going on that are influences, but not so much that they influence you. They're just telling you where the energy is. It's up to you to work with it. You know, like, oh, this is what I've got for my recipe today. These are the ingredients. What can I make with it? Think of it that way. That's how life is. What do you have at your disposal and what can you make out of it? Everything in life is a recipe. You know, I just came up with that. A recipe for whatever you want it to be. Whatever's available to you, even if you don't have the best, do the best you can with what you have. You know, I've often been called very resourceful. Back in the day, when I was in the military, I got the best and highest compliment you can get from a Neapolitan. My Neapolitan friend, he was like, she's the resourceful one. Because I would find things and make things work. And I was told that my entire military career, and even when I was a contractor working with IT in the Intel environment, they saw me and they recognized that I could do the best with stuff that nobody else had ever encountered with systems and computers and fixing things. Like when this is geek speak, but like when I had a cluster server and it had redundancy and backups, and the whole quorum, which was the brain, it died. I had to do a DOS command to rebuild it and bring it back to life. Nobody else had done this before. So I was the tester. And I have been the sacrificial lamb in the most of my life too. Whereas at least if I go through this, it saves others from going through it too. So that's why I show up to support, to inspire, to uplift, and empower others. Because I know what I've been through, that if I can get through it, so can you. So can you. So never downplay your experiences in life as, oh, woe is me. No. Yes, you. That's your growth. That is like any experience you've been through is meant to reinforce and to remind you of your strength, of your resilience, of the courage, your vulnerability. That if you downplay that, then you become a victim of your circumstances. Whereas reality is you are the victor. You are the producer, the author. You are the writer of your life. You are the main star attraction, but maybe you're playing just an extra in someone's life. So it's really, this is the period where everybody's being squeezed. If you watched my video on YouTube, every single one of us is being squeezed to get all the shit out. So that what remains is just the sweet nectar, the juices. Like when you squeeze an orange for the juice, the rest of it goes in the trash, right? Why would you hold on to everything else when you got the best part right there? And so this is where we're at right now in the collective. It's up to you to make everything in the world better by working on you. Because each of us has a part and a role in what's going on with the whole. It's a collective collaboration. I've said this for years. And it's up to each and every one of us to do our work. Whatever you have to do, whatever is coming up for you, that's your work to do. And when you do your shadow work and you embrace your dark and your light, and you no longer are fragmented, because that's wholeness. That inspires energetically others around you and the collective as a whole. We need each other. We didn't incarnate to isolate. Sit with that. We did not incarnate to... We are heart coherent beings. We feel. First thing is we feel. Long before all the other senses kick in, energetically, our spidey senses heightened. It is already like tentacles out there, antennas like doot, 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 doot. I don't know if I want to go out today. That's a sign of your intuition. You want to know where each and every one of us were healers? You got it all in you. You can be a healer too. If you're sitting over there going, oh, I need to go have some energy work. I need to have this done. I need to have that done. You don't have to do anything. You can do it all for yourself. And one of the main reasons I came on here to share was because my girlfriend and I were introducing a brand new modality. You can do this for yourself. And then you can also be a practitioner and do it for others. That's if it interests you. Soul energy alignment. It's quantum energy healing. There are 2 books. One is Charts and Protocols, and one is explaining to you all about it. Love this logo. It was done by our beautiful friend, Rachel. She's an amazing artist, healer, designer. We are our own healers. The thing about this particular modality is sometimes we don't see everything. And me and my girlfriend, Lisa, we're up there. We get it. But I'll tell you that this healing modality streamed through consciousness. This is a gift to the world. Soul energy alignment. Go to the sea. The acronym is SEA, S-E-A. Go to the sea and set your soul free. Sometimes you don't even realize, and right now we've got so many dark energies on the planet trying to keep our vibrations low. We've been doing this and noticing we've had to clear a lot of that. So it uses a pendulum, it has charts, everything from ancestral clearing, past life clearing, general clearing. You can base it on upgrading your higher council, your guides, your angels. There's a whole lot you can do with this, and you can use it to heal and help others as well. You cannot do it without anybody else's permission, but you can use it for everything. Everything from I need guidance, I need to clear the path. Maybe you're having trouble with your vision of what to do next. You can reach out to me and I can do a healing for you too, but I would actually recommend becoming a practitioner and a healer for yourself. Because I'm not here to heal everybody, I'm just here to inspire you. I'd rather make more teachers, more practitioners and healers, so that you're empowered with the gift, with the modality, with your own tools. Just like when I teach yoga, I can have a class and you can take on my energy and you can have your experience, but that's not always going to carry you forward. You're going to want to keep coming back for more. Nobody should be dependent on anybody because we have everything within us, right? We are the direct connection to source, exactly. But often, because of the bombardment of energies between we're being poisoned from the sky, our earth, our food, the electromagnetic, look at this, we're on technology. We're not even in person. I want to get back to the days where we are in person. We are together in community. So yesterday I took a nice long walk and I was having a conversation with a girlfriend. And I got stopped in my tracks and interrupted because there was a blue jay that was injured on the road right in front of me. Now I have blue jay nests in my backyard, up in my trees. And this was like, it really carried me through this morning and I had to sit with it. I'm like, okay, this blue jay really stood out. I crouched down and I pet so that he felt that I was, not a threat. And his body was cocked sideways. It looked like he had probably flown across the windshield of a car and got, totally shaken up and knocked over. And so I pet him and I went to adjust his back tail wings, his tail feathers. And right at the base, it was very, very loose. And I thought I saw some blood. Now I'm not 100% sure because I didn't want to move him too much because, if I were injured, I'd be like, okay, just stay with me. And animals are huge healers. They don't need our help. They really don't. Sometimes they just need to know they're safe where they're at and they do the rest. And so do we. We have the ability to heal ourselves, but we've been disempowered in that whole thing too. Anyway, so there was a point where I stood up. And when I stood up, I looked down and the bird was looked right up at me, moved his head straight up, looked right back up at me like, what are you doing? Where are you going? So I crouched back down and I stayed with them for a little bit, but there was a group of people that were walking by and they're like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? And I said, I don't know. I think he might have got flown into a car. And so one of the women said, do you want me to take him? And I honestly didn't have the hands or the wherewithal, the knowledge of what to do if I did take him. And Back when I was a kid, I actually tried to nurse some birdies back to life, and that's a whole nother story. It brings up a little trauma, actually. But the woman scooped him up, and he was a little bit at first, kind of like, what are you doing? And she was able to take him, and she was going to bring him somewhere to have him taken care of. So, because we have a lot of animal rescues here, and people who are animal advocates. So I'm very grateful for that. So with that said, there's a totem, and I looked it up this morning because I'm like, oh, why didn't I do that yesterday? But I was already in bed, and first thing this morning, I'm like, I'm going to look up the blue jays totem because I have them in my backyard, and they're squawky, they're very territorial, but they're also very protective, and they're all about family, community, working in unity. They're loyal. They're partners for life. They're very intuitive and very smart. So there's a whole lot that I looked up, and I don't have all of it in my mind right this moment, but it brought up some things for me to check in with myself. It's about also checking with your closest friends and recognizing they give you the gift of insight and vision. They're also a good luck sign, blessings and all that. And yeah, sometimes we have to reevaluate the people who are closest to us and whether or not they belong in our circle. So that's that. But I will add the link. If you are interested at the end of this month, doesn't matter where you're at, we can do Zoom healings, or if you're interested in the Practitioner's course, if you're interested in becoming a C healer, a soul energy alignment healer yourself, this will also give you the opportunity to become an entrepreneur, to start your own business as a healer. Every single one of us has it in us. At the end of the month, we're going to be offering our first class workshop for healers. If you reach out to me, I will reach back and we can work something out. The website has all of the information, the details for the workshop, but essentially it's this last weekend of the month. I have to double check the dates because I don't remember them off the top of my head. Sorry for that. This is very impromptu, and I just wanted to put this out there because we're all going through something, and some of us feel so blocked, we don't know what to do. And I'm telling you right now, this right here, it will help guide you. This is one of the best tools because a lot of times we don't trust this. This cuts through the bullshit. It's a direct link to source because it channels right straight through you what your mind is unable to see through. So if you want to become a soul energy alignment healer, this is one of the easiest ways to get past your own ego, to get past your own BS, your belief systems. Your mind is going to tell you one thing, and this is going to tell you the truth. And then you can help others too. And that's also a beautiful thing, that you do it for you and you do it for everyone else too. So when you work with this individually as your own healer and you get proficient and then you start offering and helping others heal, it heightens your intuition too. So that's another gift of this. The more you use it, the more it heightens your own intuitive abilities. And so then you become more confident, more strong in your knowing with a G, G-N-O-W, not just knowing with a K. So I will add that link. You can let me know if you're interested. You can click on it. You can apply, enroll. If this month doesn't work, let us know what does work. If you need to travel to us, don't worry. We're here in Tampa. Her place is in Tampa. I'm in Clearwater. We will work something out. And if you get enough people and you want to sign up a bunch of friends, you want to do a group healing workshop, let us know. Because there are infinite possibilities with this modality, as there are infinite possibilities of the way that your life can unfold. It just all depends on where and how you focus your attention. Because where attention goes, energy flows. And you're here to give so much more than you know. From my heart to yours, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day to all my lovely mothers out there. All of you who nurture. All of you who take care of others on all levels. On all levels. So much love. Have a blessed day.